In today's video, I am going to show you how you can make your very own Iron Man Mark 50 arc reactor just out of cardboard. And plus, it glows in the dark too. How cool is that? I know, maybe not cool, so cool or anything. So first of all, you'll be needing the templates. If you want to make one on your own, then you can get the templates link in the description below. This is the base and this is the front part. So you need to make both of these out of single layered cardboard. You need to make two copies of part B and part C for the right hand side and the left hand side of the front part. You need to make this part out of cereal box cardboard. Now this will be a really difficult task for cutting out the small gaps and details, but be patient and do the work slowly. It took a couple of attempts for me to cut it out successfully, so yeah, it will take some time. So the next step is to make the front part out of cardboard. What you have to do is make all these parts, trace all these parts on cardboard, cut it out. You need to make two copies of this as I told you earlier. Then you need to glue it. So after cutting out all the parts and gluing them together, the result should look like this. Like a typical arc reactor shape of Mark 50. The next step is to cover all those seams and edges after gluing all those parts. So what I did was I mixed glue and powder in a 1:1 ratio and just rubbed it all over here, let it dry, and then I used sandpaper to sand it down and make it smooth. And you might be wondering why it's black. Yeah, I accidentally mixed black paint into it, alright. If you have finished doing the front part and all those steps required to make it, it's time to go into the detail part. This will be hard. Now, you need to transfer this template onto some material like cereal box cardboard or cardstock. Just like this. Something like this. You won't get the perfect one made. Never. Now the next step is to paint this part with silver metallic paint. Forgot to mention this, but paint this part with silver too, alright? Now that we have painted both of these pieces silver, we can now glue it like this. After supergluing both of those pieces, it should look something like this. For now, we can keep this piece aside. And now, take this piece. Now, what you want to do with this piece is take a small plastic sheet and trace its perimeter onto that sheet and cut it out. Just like this. Now you need to super glue both of these pieces with this on the inside. Now it would look like this. It's already got that Mark 50 arc reactor look, but still I needed this to glow. So the next step would be optional for you. If you just don't want it to glow or just keep it as a showpiece, you can paint a piece of paper and just glue it back in here. So I wanted to make my arc reactor glow, so I had this bottle of glow-in-the-dark powder which needed to be mixed with glue to paint it on any surface, and then it would glow in the dark after it is charged with light. So I'm going to use this powder to make the arc reactor glow. As you can see right here, it glows in the dark after it's charged with light. Since you're viewing this through the camera, you will feel like it's green, but actually it's blue. But still doesn't create the light that the arc reactor actually creates in the MCU movies. But still, since I had this, I used this. So what I'm going to do is mix this glow-in-the-dark powder with white glue and then add colors like blue and green, mix them together, because as seen in reference images, even though when the arc reactor is not glowing, there's a blue or green part behind the design. And yeah, it does good. Next, I need to paint this on a piece of paper or cereal box cardboard, anything, and hope it glows then also. I think it will go. Let's start the next. Yes, it does. After many failed attempts, I am getting this right. Thank God. Now I need to cut its shape. Cut this shape on this. Now we need to super glue this part onto the back of the arc. Now it will look much like the arc reactor, but still we need to attach the bits. Now it looks pretty much like the arc reactor from Infinity War. Now let's turn off the lights and see how it looks. It looks cool. Now all we need to do is make the base. is the final step. You just need to glue this base onto the back of the reactor. You can also use these small neodymium magnets and stick it right along the center if you want the arc reactor to stick on your chest. And that is it, guys. Iron Man's Mark 50 arc reactor just out of cardboard. That looks great, right? Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like this video and subscribe to our channel if you want to watch more content like this. Beep, beep.